look in your damn bucket. Don't you think I know that?
Okay. That's a bucket of truth. So people want shit laid out for them, and so it's kind of a touchy situation because of people's beliefs. But this is, they wouldn't be making stuff like this hidden but yet seeable if it wasn't probably the truth. And I think sooner or later everybody will figure this out. The church is a joke for a specific reason, because it's organized religion, just like organized crime. It's organized. They have guidelines. They can't step outside of those guidelines. If you're a Lutheran, they can teach a Lutheran doctrine. That's why it's called a doctrine, because it's a set of rules of things you can and cannot say. The Catholics do the same thing. So what is this? Everybody that went in this house, that looked in this bucket, wound up screaming and running out of the house in complete panic. This guy was a cop. It's a comedy, but he was a cop. And finally, at the end, because he was always in torment because his wife died. That's basically what happened. Is he finally said, "Okay, fine, I'll look in your bucket." And when he looks in there, instead of him screaming and freaking out like everybody else did, he's pointing up and saying, "Don't you think I already know that?" So what I'm telling you is, what did everybody see in that bucket of truth that would make them freak out, and he didn't? I know you didn't see the whole comedic sketch, but his life was already what everybody thought was something that came after you died. But in reality, when they looked in the bucket, they found out that they were already in that place. And this is the big joke that's going to be played on everybody, especially in the churches, because they're going to have to look in the bucket of truth, and they're going to find out that, basically, in layman's language, that I'm not trying to offend anybody or hurt anybody's feelings. This is already, you're already somewhere where the church is trying to tell you you're trying to avoid. That's why he's saying, "Don't you think I already know that?" Earlier in there, he made the point that he was in hell. That's what this place is. It's nothing to freak out about. It is what it is. But understanding it, that's why when you see the codes and stuff, that's part of understanding you're here for a reason. People get hell confused with this fire and brimstone stuff. That's the final part of the judgment. But however or whatever, and I can go into great lengths trying to explain from where I know how we all got here. But the bottom line is, that's what he's saying. That's why it's a bucket of truth. And that's why he's saying, "Don't you think I already know that?" Because that guy's life is hell. So it's not a big shock to him. The people that are in the churches, as soon as that bomb gets dropped, and it will get dropped on them at some point, they're going to completely freak, because they're going to think, how is that possible? But that's the reality of it. You wanted the shit laid out for you. That's the truth. Sooner or later, everybody will figure that out, I think. There's a redemption process. That's why, and I know I shouldn't be one to be talking about humility, because I'm about the biggest bitching, screaming motherfucker on here about things, but, really, you're under the gun here. You're behind the 8 ball. We're not in a good place. It could be worse. Trust me, it could be far, far worse. But the bottom line is all the deception is what makes. You would be the dude going, "Don't you think I already know that?" The rest of the people would be the people in here. I'll post the original comedy sketch so you can see. It's just comedy, but it's telling you a very deep, deep truth. So, just be aware. We're cut off from God. So we're in a hell, so to speak. It's a bucket of truth.